My fiancée announced, "I'm live streaming our entire wedding for my followers." I said, "Great idea." Then I hired an actor to replace me at the rehearsal. The stream hit 2 million views when she realized at the altar, I, 28 male, was sitting across from my fiancée Kendra, 27, at dinner when she dropped this announcement 6 weeks before our wedding. "Babe, I've got amazing news. TikTok wants to partner with me for our wedding. They'll promote my live stream on the main page. We're talking millions of viewers." I put down my fork. "You want to live stream our wedding? Not just the ceremony, everything. Getting ready, first look, ceremony, reception, even our goodbye to guests. It's going to be huge for my brand." For context, Kendra had 890K followers on TikTok, where she posted day in the life of a future trophy wife content. Yes, that was literally her brand. She gained most of her following after we got engaged by posting about wedding planning and training my man videos. "What about our families, our private moments?" I asked. She waved her hand dismissively. "They'll love being famous for a day. Plus, brands are already reaching out about sponsorships. Our wedding could literally pay for itself." I thought my parents were paying for it. And your parents, the wedding they wanted us to have. "Well, yeah, but now we can make money on top of that." I already told Style Bride I'd wear their dress exclusively and mention them every 5 minutes. "You already agreed? Without talking to me?" She rolled her eyes. "Kellen, this is my job. You code for a living, I influence. Don't be so controlling." That's when she showed me the contract she'd already signed. Not just with TikTok, but with 17 different brands. Our wedding had become a commercial. The worst part? She'd tagged me in a video that afternoon announcing it to her followers. "Future hubby is so supportive of my career, he can't wait to go viral at our wedding. Tash power couple influencer wedding." The comments were brutal. "Poor guy looks dead inside in every video. Anyone else think she treats him like a prop? Run, dude, run." But her fans ate it up. "Yes, queen, monetize that wedding. Relationship goals, he's so supportive. I can't wait to watch. This will be iconic." I sat there, staring at the contract. My name was nowhere on it, but there was a clause that said the groom participant agreed to full filming and broadcast rights. I'm a participant now? It's just legal stuff, babe. Don't overthink it. That night, I called my brother Felix. She wants to live stream the wedding. The ceremony? Everything. She's got sponsorship deals. I'm apparently a groom participant in her influencer wedding. Felix was quiet for a moment. "Dude, you know I support you, but this is insane. You hate being on camera." He was right. I'd specifically asked Kendra to keep me off her TikTok when we started dating. She agreed, then slowly started sneaking me in. First my hands, then my voice, then full appearances. Each time I protested, she'd cry about how I was ashamed of her and unsupportive of her career. But this was next level. I texted my best friend Hugo that night. "I need a favor. A weird one. How good is your cousin at acting?" "Lorenzo? He's decent. Did some community theater. Why? How much does he look like me?" "I mean, from a distance? You could be brothers. What are you planning?" "I'll explain tomorrow. Can you set up a meeting?" The next morning, Kendra was already planning her content calendar for the wedding. "Okay, so we'll do the groom's prep starting at 8 a.m. Make sure your groomsmen are camera ready. Then the first look at 10. I need you to cry, like really cry. The algorithm loves emotional men. I need to schedule my emotions. Don't be dramatic. Oh, and we're doing a special sponsored segment where you surprise me with a necklace from Diamond Glow. They're sending it tomorrow. I already got you a wedding gift." "That's sweet, but this one's worth $5,000, and they're paying us $10,000 to feature it. Just pretend it's from you." I met Lorenzo that afternoon. Hugo was right. We had the same build, similar hair color, and from more than 10 feet away, we could pass for brothers. "So you want me to pretend to be you? Just for the rehearsal? And maybe the morning of the wedding, I'll pay you $2,000. Lorenzo looked at Hugo, then back at me. "This is about that influencer girl, right? I've seen her videos. She seems entitled, narcissistic, treating me like a wedding prop." I was going to say intense, but yeah, those work too. We spent the next 2 weeks practicing. Lorenzo studied videos of me, learned my mannerisms, practiced my voice. He was actually pretty good. Meanwhile, Kendra's wedding content was getting more unhinged. choosing my groom's tux based on your votes, rating my bridesmaids' bodies for dress selection, making my future mill cry with emotion. Gone right. That last one really pissed me off. She'd filmed my mom getting emotional about her only son getting married and turned it into content. Mom called me in tears. Kellen, I thought that was a private moment. I'm handling it, Mom. Trust me. 3 days before the wedding, I had everything in place. Lorenzo would handle the rehearsal and rehearsal dinner. I'd told him to be supportive but distant, cite work stress. Kendra was so focused on her content, she didn't even notice I'd been pulling away. The rehearsal went perfectly. Lorenzo played me flawlessly. Kendra was too busy filming behind-the-scenes content to notice her groom was an inch taller and had slightly different colored eyes. Babe, you're being so quiet, she said to Lorenzo at the rehearsal dinner. Just nervous about tomorrow, he replied in my voice. Well, don't be. Just remember, big emotions for the camera. This is gonna launch us into the stratosphere. We'll be the most famous couple on TikTok. Update 1. Holy hell. So the wedding day arrived and everything went exactly as planned. Just not Kendra's plan. Lorenzo handled the groom's prep perfectly. He let Kendra's camera crew in, smiled, waved, even did the stupid sponsored underwear reveal she'd arranged with some menswear brand. Meanwhile, I was at a coffee shop 3 blocks away, watching the live stream on my laptop. The viewer count was insane. 500K and climbing. The comments were already suspicious. Is it just me, or does he look different? His voice sounds weird. Why isn't he talking more? Kendra's assistant, yes, she had an assistant for the wedding, kept shoving ring lights in Lorenzo's face. He played along perfectly. Then came the first look. Kendra had staged it in this garden area, with 4 different camera angles. She'd instructed Lorenzo, thinking he was me, to approach from behind, tap her shoulder, and then sob when she turned around. Lorenzo tapped her shoulder. She spun around dramatically. He stared at her flatly and said, "You look nice." The livestream chat went wild. LMAO, nice? She's fuming. This man gives 0 craps. Kendra's face twitched, but she stayed in character. Babe, you're supposed to be emotional. I am emotional. Internal emotions. I actually laughed out loud at my laptop. Lorenzo was brilliant. The ceremony was set for 2 p.m. At 1:45, Lorenzo texted me, "Getting in position, you ready?" I was already at the venue, in a side room my brother had secured. I watched on my phone as the live stream showed guests being seated. The viewer count hit 1.8 million. Kendra made her entrance to some pop song instead of traditional music. She'd had her bridesmaids do a choreographed dance down the aisle. It was something. Then the music changed for her entrance. She appeared at the door, beaming, waving at the cameras she'd positioned everywhere. The officiant, her yoga instructor who got ordained online, began, "Dearly beloved and viewers around the world." Yes, she really had him address the livestream audience. Kendra floated down the aisle, stopping every few feet to pose. She finally reached the altar where Lorenzo stood, his back to the audience. "Kellen," she whispered, loud enough for her body mic to pick up, "you better cry during the vows or I swear." That's when Lorenzo stepped aside, and I stepped out from behind the flower arrangement. "Actually, Kendra, we need to talk." The look on her face. The look on her face. Her eyes went wide. Her mouth opened. She looked at Lorenzo, then at me, then back at Lorenzo. What is happening? That's Lorenzo. He's an actor. He's been playing me since yesterday because I couldn't stomach pretending this wedding was real anymore. The live stream chat was exploding. The viewer count hit 2.1 million. "Kellen, what are you doing?" she shrieked. "I'm ending this. You turned our wedding into a commercial. You signed contracts without asking me. You made my family into content. You don't want a husband, you want a prop. This is insane. You're humiliating me." "No, you're humiliating yourself. This is all being live streamed, remember? Your idea." She spun to her assistant. "Cut the stream." I can't. TikTok controls it remotely as part of the contract." Kendra turned back to me, tears starting to ruin her sponsored makeup. "You're ruining everything. My career, my brand." "Your brand? What about our relationship? When did I become just content to you?" "You've always been content. That's what boyfriends do. They support their girlfriends." "By letting them sell our wedding to the highest bidder?" That's when her mom, Deidre, stood up in the front row. "Kellen, stop this right now. My daughter is a star. You should be grateful. Grateful she literally scheduled when I should cry. My mom stood up too. Good for you, Kellen. Run, sweetheart, run. The officiant looked like he wanted to disappear. Should I continue? No, Kendra screamed. She turned to the cameras. This is all a prank. We planned this, right, babe? Right? I pulled out my phone and showed the contract she'd signed. According to this, you're required to stream for 4 hours. You've got 3 hours and 15 minutes left. Enjoy your content. I turned to leave. Kendra grabbed my arm. You can't leave. I'll sue you. I'll destroy you online. You'll what? Tell people I didn't want to marry someone who cared more about views than vows? Go ahead. Lorenzo stepped forward. Hey, I'm still available if you want to continue. I know all his lines. The live stream chat was an absolute chaos, the actor offering to sub in deceased. This is better than any reality show. Team Kellen, she deserved this 100%. Bro really hired a stunt double for his own wedding. Update 2. The fallout was immediate and spectacular. First, the live stream kept going. Kendra had a full meltdown on camera for 2.3 million viewers. She tried to play it off as a prank, then as a social experiment, then just sobbed while her bridesmaids tried to console her. The best part? Every sponsored segment still had to happen per her contracts. So there's footage of her ugly crying while trying to promote a teeth whitening kit. And now sob? For a word from hiccup, smile bright whale. The brands were pissed. Turns out having your product associated with the most viral wedding disaster in TikTok history isn't great marketing. Style Bride released a statement. We were unaware of the groom's lack of consent in this event. We do not condone using relationships for profit without mutual agreement. Diamond Glow pulled their necklace sponsorship and sent Emmy a Rolex with a note, for standing up for yourself, Team Kellen. But Kendra? She went into damage control mode. First, she posted a 20-part TikTok series called My Truth, where she painted herself as the victim. According to her, I was emotionally abusive for not supporting her career. I planned this humiliation to go viral myself. Lorenzo was actually my secret boyfriend and we were having an affair. I was jealous of her success. I was threatened by independent women. The problem? Lorenzo posted all our text messages and payment receipts. Hey @Kendra Bride Influencer, here's proof your ex paid me to be him because you turned his wedding into a commercial. P.S. I'm straight and have a girlfriend. She thinks this is hilarious. His girlfriend Camilla posted her own video. Imagine being so self-absorbed you don't notice your fiancé is a different person for 24 hours now. Then Kendra tried to sue me for intentional infliction of emotional distress, breach of verbal contract, defamation, lost wages from sponsorships. My lawyer, my friend Hugo's dad, laughed so hard he nearly fell out of his chair. She wants to sue you for not marrying her? After she commercialized your wedding without consent? This is golden. He countersued for unauthorized use of my image in commercial content, fraudulent misrepresentation, intentional infliction of emotional distress, violation of privacy. But wait, it gets better. Remember how she'd been posting day in the life of a future trophy wife content? Well, the IRS got interested in her lifestyle. Turns out she hadn't been reporting her sponsorship income at all. For 2 years, she posted a tearful video begging for donations to help with her legal fees. The comments were brutal. Maybe try getting a real job? Sell the Range Rover your boyfriend bought you. This is what happens when you treat people like props. Her follower count dropped from 890K to 200K in a week. The remaining followers were mostly there for the drama. Update 3. Kendra's entitlement reached new heights. She started a podcast called Surviving Narcissistic Abuse, where she tried to flip the narrative. Episode 1 was titled How I Escaped My Controlling Ex. The problem? She forgot that her assistant Hollis had signed an NDA with ME. See, I'd hired Hollis for the day of the wedding to help coordinate, but really to document everything. Hollis sent me everything. Voice memos of Kendra planning to upgrade to a richer guy after getting famous from the wedding. Texts where she called me walking ATM with no personality but good genetics. Videos of her practicing fake tears for the ceremony. Her husband training document where she outlined how she'd fix me post-wedding. I didn't even have to post them. Hollis quit and posted them herself with the caption, I'm done enabling toxic influencer culture. Here's who Kendra really is. The podcast got canceled after one episode. Then came the wedding vendor situation. Kendra had signed contracts with the venue, catering, flowers, photography, videography, DJ, decoration, all expecting payment. The total? $87,000. But here's the thing. She'd told them all they'd be paid from the sponsorship money. The sponsorship money that got pulled when the wedding became a disaster. She tried to make my parents pay since they'd originally offered to contribute to the wedding. My dad's response was legendary. He sent her an itemized bill for emotional distress caused to my mother, $10,000. Reputational damage from viral videos, $15,000. Therapy for me, $5,000. Wasted vacation days for the wedding, $2,000. We'll call it even if you never contact our family again. She then tried something truly unhinged. She started dating one of my coworkers, Garrett, and brought him to my office building every day for lunch. She'd post videos like, lunch date at my new boyfriend's office. So glad I upgraded. Garrett lasted exactly 1 week before he texted me. Dude, I'm sorry. I thought she was hot, but she's insane. She made me rehearse our spontaneous lunch conversations and tried to get me to propose after 3 days. But the peak entitlement came when she tried to claim the engagement ring. She filed a police report saying I'd stolen it. The cops showed up at my apartment. Sir, your ex-fiancée claims you have property belonging to her. The ring I bought? With my money? That she threw at me on live stream in front of 2 million people? I showed them the live stream clip. There she was, ripping off the ring and throwing it at my face while screaming, I never want to see this cheap thing again. The cop watched it twice. Ma'am, threw it at you? Hit me in the eye? I have the medical report from urgent care. They closed the case. I sold the ring and donated the money to a charity for influencer addiction recovery. Yes, that's a real thing now. Final update. It's been 6 months. Here's where everyone ended up. Kendra. Lost 690K followers, down to 200K hate watchers. Owes $87 to wedding vendors, currently in court. Owes $45K to the IRS. Got dropped by her talent agency. Moved back with her parents. Works part-time at her mom's friend's boutique. Still posts TikToks but gets ratioed every time. Started an OnlyFans but has 12 subscribers. Tried to go on a reality dating show but got rejected for being too controversial. Her last video that got any traction was her crying in her childhood bedroom about how society punishes successful women. The top comment? Society punishes people who treat their partners like employees. Became TikTok famous as the wedding stunt double. Got a recurring role on a soap opera. Does cameo videos where he'll be your boyfriend at events. Send me a thank you card and a bottle of wine. His girlfriend Camilla started a successful channel about red flags and influencer culture and uses Kendra as a case study. Kendra's family. Deidre, her mom, tried to sue me for ruining her daughter's future. Case was thrown out. She's banned from 3 wedding venues for harassing their social media pages. Posted a video calling me the worst thing to happen to her family. My mom commented, likewise. Kendra's friends, her maid of honor, Piper, apologized to me and exposed their group chat where Kendra called her bridesmaids unpaid content creators. 5 of the 7 bridesmaids publicly unfollowed her. Hollis, former assistant, wrote a viral Medium article about toxic influencer culture that got her a book deal. The wedding vendors. The venue posted the security footage of Kendra's meltdown as a what not to do at a wedding. The photographer released the unedited photos showing Kendra directing everyone like a film set. The cake maker revealed Kendra tried to get the $3,000 cake for free in exchange for exposure. They're all suing her separately. Me. Got promoted at work. My boss loved how I handled everything. Started dating Zoe, a software engineer who doesn't even have Instagram. We joke that our first date was less viewed than my non-wedding 17 people at a coffee shop versus 2.3 million. In therapy, but honestly doing great. My wedding fund became a house down payment. The aftermath. The live stream disaster became a cultural moment. There are now university courses studying it as parasocial relationships gone wrong. A documentary in production, I declined to participate. A Wikipedia page called The Livestream Wedding Incident. Memes. So many memes. TikTok changed their partnership guidelines to require consent from all parties. The best part? Last week, Kendra posted a video answering your questions about the wedding. She claims she's moved on and living her best life and totally over it. She accidentally left comments on, and within an hour, "Girl, you live with your parents. Didn't you try to date his coworker last month? Lorenzo deserves an Oscar. Imagine not noticing your fiancé was replaced by an actor." She deleted the video, but the internet never forgets. To anyone dealing with a partner who sees you as content rather than a person, you're not a supporting character in someone else's story. You're the main character in your own. And to anyone thinking about live streaming their wedding, make sure you actually know who you're marrying first. Just a suggestion. Edit. Stop asking for the live stream link. TikTok removed it, but there are approximately 7,000 reaction videos if you search wedding actor swap disaster. Edit 2. No, I won't be doing a Where Are They Now special with Kendra. She sent me a contract for it. I sent back a photo of me laughing. Edit 3. Lorenzo just got engaged, for real. He invited me to the wedding. He promised no live streams and no stunt doubles.